All right, y'all. Hey, what's up, good people? I'm QC. Welcome to a brand new talking and grubbing live nightly digital show on this late night. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. Glad that y'all came to join me on this late night. Sorry about the late start. I had to get some things together. My guy Daniel Berry Sports Highlight says happy Monday. What's up, guys? Happy Monday to you too. Hope everybody's doing good. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a great Easter or Resurrection Sunday, whichever name you prefer. Hope everyone got a chance to get dressed in their Easter best. Also spend time with family and eat a lot of food. I had meant to do this last night, but had some stuff to take it. Well, had some stuff going on, so I decided to do this tonight. And this has been a hot topic, so I'm about to kick it off with this. Well, kick it off with this hot. Excuse me. This has been a hot topic in the sports world the last few days, so I'm about to kick it off with this one. My bad. LeBron's comments on the city of Memphis goes viral. Over the weekend, LeBron's comments on the city of Memphis hit social media as he was on the golf course with a few of his golf buddies, and he began to talk about what NBA cities he didn't play for, and Memphis definitely came up. As he said, he didn't want to go to Memphis on a random Thursday. And it struck a chord with a lot of people in a lot of ways. The city of Memphis really took offense to it. They were definitely upset with LeBron over the comments that he said about his city. Also, a lot of African American citizens in the Memphis community felt that LeBron was denigrating the city of Memphis as well as its history and what it has contributed to Black culture. But also, he doubled down in his response before the Lakers played the Thunder Thursday night, and saying that he didn't hate Black people. He was just talking about the cities that he didn't prefer. He said the two cities that he didn't prefer was Milwaukee and Memphis. And also, it's not only LeBron has been saying that, but multiple NBA players have said that Memphis is the worst NBA city. And I'm going to get to that in a little bit. But in my opinion, I don't think maybe LeBron should have said that in mixed company. But also, I get it. People had their preferences on what cities they prefer. And like I just mentioned, a lot of NBA players have definitely went in on Memphis. I'm going to get to that soon. And I don't think LeBron was taking a shot at Memphis as a city, or, dismissing the contributions the city has played into African American culture. Of course, that's one of the birthplaces. That's one of the main birthplaces of rock and roll. Also, the birthplace of Stax, and also definitely played a key factor in the civil rights movement as well. And I'm gonna definitely give my perspective on Memphis later on, because I visited Memphis many times. I have family there. But I think that it really went out of control. Well, has really gotten to this point because LeBron said it. Now, when other players have said it in the past, nobody really reacted. A lot of people didn't come out with videos giving their critiques on what those players said. But I don't think I would have said it if I were him. Definitely wouldn't have said that, because I mean, you do got fans of yours that are in other cities besides LA. So you also gotta be conscious of that. But I mean, NBA players have purposes of what cities they like to play in, what they don't like, and what they don't like to play in. It's been that way for a long time. Heck, Michael Jordan back in the day said that he didn't really care for playing in Milwaukee when he traveled there with the Bulls. And NBA players might have some other cities that they don't care playing in when they have to go there as an opponent. But some ways I think it was blown out of proportion. But I can't also blame the Memphis faithful for being upset with LeBron, talking about their city, because hey, that's their home. They have a right to defend it. Yes, Memphis definitely has its issues as far as the crime, and that definitely has to be addressed. But also, you can't tell people how they should feel about where they live either. Because I do notice this. Not everybody who lives in major cities, but the main three, and y'all know those main three. I notice if you say something critical about their cities, they get more defensive than any other person from any other city across this country. That's just my opinion. And also, we gotta realize if you could give strays to somebody else's city, somebody give it to yours. All right. Let me see who's in the chat. My dude, Bell. What's up, Professor Bell? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. How you doing? All right. Now, let me get to my next topic. Now, everybody has been jumping on LeBron for his comments about Memphis, and especially here in these YouTube streets. But it's not only LeBron, it's been other NBA players too. Multiple players. It's been Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Derek White of the Boston Celtics. Desmond Bain even talked about Memphis after to the Magic. And there's been this video that's gone viral of multiple players that have criticized Memphis. So I'm about to share that right now. Here we go.
Memphis, bro.
What you coming to that FedEx? Them boys maybe had him for cracking.
I mean, we're gonna stay at that West, and I'm gonna walk across. I'm walking across the street on game day to get to the.
Like, what's your least favorite city? Everybody's got to have one.
Yeah, Memphis, probably. I mean, the hotel is probably the worst hotel in the NBA. The food there is good, though.
Did you ever walk into a hotel room and just be like, wow, thousands of people have slept in this bed before me?
Yeah, especially when we go to Memphis. I'd be like, damn, my hotels ain't nothing in Memphis. That shit be dirty. I walked in the Memphis hotel one time, I had stains and shit on the bed.
Stains and shit.
Stains and shit.
They broke in your room for you.
Nah, they ain't break in, but
I'm saying they broke it in.
yeah.
But it's Memphis, so they might have also broke in.
For sure. Memphis, shout out.
Shout out Memphis.
Yeah.
Shoot out Memphis.
Nah, shoot out.
Memphis, which should probably be in Nashville, should be an Eastern Conference team. Adam, let them just do us all a favor and take the team to Nashville. No harm, no foul. The relocation fee, it's a swap. See that arena? You ain't got to pay the relocation fee. So no harm, no foul there.
Far off, I don't think that's the reason why. I just don't think it's a destination city. You know, Nashville's one of those cities that people enjoy. Memphis, it is in Tennessee, so you get a tax cut, like it's good on taxes. But it's just not a city that's pretty, I guess you could say.
Oh,
The
Memphis is easily the worst.
Yeah.
Easily the worst. You usually stay at the West End across from the hotel, and that's the only like they're like
Is the Peacock there?
The Peabody.
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 With the ducks.
Yeah, Peabody.
What they have is it the gooses or the ducks?
Give me your
The
best
ducks.
waddle.
No,
And he just
People gotta pay
pick up
for that,
pick up a video of him
people gotta
running.
pay for that. Yeah, you gotta pay for that action.
That's cute.
But
Okay,
yes.
what cities have the worst hotels?
Ooh,
Memphis.
For sure. We had an issue there where we used to stay at one hotel in Memphis, and this dates back. We stopped staying there because their sprinklers just went off for no reason in the room and like drenched all the Andrew Bogut stuff, like the sprinkler system, like it was a fire, just went off, drenched all Bogut stuff. And they didn't want to do anything about it. So we switched hotels then, right? So it's been an issue. It's gotten a little better, I must say, but it's still not the other cities.
Is New Orleans and Memphis the worst destinations in the NBA?
I ain't gonna lie. Memphis probably is the worst NBA city. During the playoffs, people got robbed. The fact that you get robbed walking across the street back to the hotel is insane. The Memphis is the trenches, and everybody know that. But they got good food.
Man,
All right. So that's the viral clip, of how other NBA players have felt about Memphis. Now, my disagreement with a lot of these basketball content creators on social media just going at LeBron for his comments about Memphis, but you're not keeping the same energy across the board. You know, if you're going to call it out equally. I can't just jump on LeBron for his comments about Memphis, but I don't give that same energy to KD, Draymond, Desmond Bain, Derek White, Danny Green, hell, even Zach Randolph. And Zach Randolph played for the Grizzlies for a long period of time. So a lot of people are just jumping on, this whole thing about Memphis because it's just LeBron. But where's that energy for those other players? You gotta keep it a Ben Franklin across the board. You can't just jump on certain players and then don't jump on others when they say the same thing. Now, a lot of the players have issues with Memphis because of the hotels in that area, and which is crazy because the FedEx Forum is on Beale Street. That's the biggest tourist attraction in Memphis. It's basically a smaller version of the French Quarter. That's all it is. It's just a smaller, condensed version of the French Quarter. And you wouldn't think that in that area there would be so much popping off there, especially, where the players are right, well, the hotel's right across the street for the opposing team. You would think that, it would definitely, more would be done, especially in that area, because like I said, that's a major tourist attraction. The local Memphis natives, they're going down to the FedEx Forum to watch their Grizzlies play. You would think more would be done, would be done to secure the area for the citizens, excuse me, the visitors, as well as the opposing teams. Now, there's also, and I think also another reason why a lot of Memphis natives are upset over the comments that LeBron and multiple NBA players have said about the cities, because there have been discussions about the Grizzlies moving to Nashville, or they should move to Nashville, because Nashville, it's the hot city right now. A lot of people are moving there. It gets a lot of hype. And, people feel like they have the infrastructure to support sports teams because they have the Titans and the Predators there. But from what I've heard, I saw an interview with the Grizzlies commentators, and they both said that Nashville, people don't support the Titans or the Predators like that. Even when the Titans are good, the Titans don't sell out like that. A lot of Titans games are filled with opposing fans instead of Titans fans. And the reason why, because there's a lot of transplants and transients living in Nashville. Nobody is from Nashville. You more than likely you're gonna be pressed to meet somebody that was born and raised in Nashville. So it's kind of a slippery slope there. Yeah, it looks great on paper that the Grizzlies are in this glamorous mecca, but you never know. They may not, can't talk. The infrastructure may not be there to support 3 teams. Because a lot of the people who move from Nashville are still going to support their hometown teams. They're not going to convert and become, Grizzlies fans or Titans fans. But on the flip side, you gotta keep the same energy for all players when they say comments like this. Not just one, because however you may feel about them. But I do feel, like I said, I do understand why a lot of Memphis natives are upset, because that's the only team they have. I mean, say if you live in New York, Chicago, LA, Detroit, Dallas, and let's just say the Knicks, Lakers, Bulls, Heat, Mavericks, Pistons are the only team that city has. There's no NFL team, no NHL team, no MLB team. It's just those teams. And those teams, and that team sparks energy into that city, during the season and in the playoffs. Now imagine that team got taken away. How would y'all feel? How would y'all feel if you lost your team and that was the only team they had in the city? It's the same with the Spurs. If the Spurs would move, that would take a lot out of San Antonio, not just economically, but emotionally as well. So that's something to think about. All right. Professor Bell, you said I'm good. What about you, brother? I'm doing good. Definitely doing good. But all right, I'm gonna take a quick timeout. I'll be right back. I definitely gotta jump in on how these conservative content creators now love LeBron all of a sudden, which is a lot of fake love. But I'm gonna get to that, and also I'm gonna get my perspective on Memphis as a visitor. So y'all don't want to miss that. I'm going to take a timeout. I'll be right back, so don't go away. All right, I'm back, good people. All right, let me go to my next topic. Now it seems like a lot of conservative content creators feels like LeBron is their new best friend all of a sudden since he made his comments about Memphis, whether it be dudes like Anton Daniels or Anthony Brian Logan, Angry Man, Outkick. Oh, they love LeBron now because he said his comments about Memphis, which is a predominantly black city. But for decades, they've hated LeBron because he's been outspoken on black issues, and also he's been critical of their president, Donald Trump. This ain't nothing but phony love. Like I just mentioned, they hated him when he was talking about Donald Trump and talking about black issues, but now he's talked about a predominantly black city. Oh, now they love him. Like, oh yeah, he's talking about the crime. It's so bad it's so bad there. And it's this one conservative content creator, I forget his name. He's on Outkick. But just a few months ago, he tried to accuse black people of stabbing Mark Sanchez in Indianapolis when it was a 70-year-old white Uber Eats driver who was defending himself because he was attacked by Mark Sanchez. And also, another thing they can't talk about, well, no, another reason why they, loving LeBron because, this feeds into the old democratic cities narrative and, how violent and bad they are. But newsflash, I've done some research myself. Let me get this up here. Okay, I'm about to share my screen. Okay, now this is according to the U.S. News and World Report website. Gonna switch it to article. Okay, there we go. Okay, let me refresh it. All right. Number 10. Going from 10 to 1. South Carolina, violent crime rate 400 per 100,000. Property crime rate 2,193 per 100,000. Nevada, number 9. Okay, California, number 8. Washington State, number 7. Alaska, number 6. Arkansas, number 5. Tennessee, number 4. Louisiana, number 3. Colorado, number 2. New Mexico, number 1. . . . Okay, also the most dangerous states. This is according to the Morgan and Morgan. No, the For the People website. Louisiana, number 1. Mississippi, number 2. Texas, Arkansas, number 4. Oklahoma's number 5. Montana's number 6. Alabama is number 7. Florida's number 8. Missouri is number 9. Tennessee is number 10. Now, what do those states have in common? All of those states are red states that vote heavily Republican, and that's including Tennessee. A lot of states that you conservatives love to brag about. Matter of fact, Charlie Kirk, he ended up losing his life in Utah, a Republican conservative state, a predominantly white state. He didn't lose his life in any Democratic city or state. So y'all just giving LeBron a lot of fake love because now he's talking about a predominantly black city in Memphis. And Anton, you can't talk either. Your ass is from Detroit. All right. You're not from no Saginaw. You're from Detroit, Michigan. So you definitely need to quit fronting. But yeah, y'all just giving LeBron a lot of phony love because he was talking about a predominantly black city in Memphis. Now let him say something critical about Donald Trump once again. Oh, he'll be public enemy number 1 on y'all list once again. All right, I'm going to take a quick pause. I'll be right back. I'm going to wrap up with my personal perspective on Memphis. Don't go away. All right, I'm back, good people. Now, well, I was going to jump into my Memphis perspective, but going to put that on the back burner for a minute. I didn't forget about you, Stephen A. Now, recently on Stephen A. Smith's podcast, he gave his response to the comments LeBron said about Memphis. And he tried to go at LeBron saying how out of pocket he was. He was wrong for going in on a predominantly black city. But last year, Stephen A. Smith did the same thing. He did it on First Take. He also did it on his podcast. And it was a little bit more scathing than what LeBron said. LeBron was only talking about the hotels and the overall vibe of the city. He wasn't talking about, all the issues, all the crime that goes on in Memphis, because one, he doesn't know about Memphis like that. He has no ties there. He wasn't born and raised there. Now, I don't know if he has any family there, but he doesn't know the day-to-day about Memphis. But you went in about, the crime and all, and I talked to the police chief, the mayor. You went at Memphis from that angle. A lot of players, one NBA player did say that he was victimized via robbery in that compilation I played earlier. But most of the NBA players have complained about just the hotel and lack of things to do. They didn't go at the crime and all the other issues that's going on. And most players praise the food. But now you trying to criticize LeBron for going at Memphis when you can't talk. You did the same thing. You're just going at LeBron because you're still pissed about him confronting you last year during halftime of the Lakers game. That's all this is. That's all this is. All of a sudden now, you trying to act like you stand with black people, but no, you don't. You said a lot of scathing things about black people over the years. Whether it was on your show, whether you were a guest on other shows, and you even said it on your own podcast. So, Stephen A., you don't care about the people of Memphis either. You just trying to use this for clickbait. All right, let me wrap up with my Memphis perspective. Now, I have family in Memphis, and I've been going to Memphis ever since I was 6 years old. Me, my mother, my brothers, my aunts, uncles, grandmother. Just about every few years, every few years we would just pack up and go see my aunt, uncle, my great aunt, all my cousins down in Memphis, because the family reunion was in Tippo, Mississippi, which is my mother's hometown. And Memphis was the closest city. It was 4 hours away. I'll never forget the first time I went to Memphis. That was my first trip that I could remember being out of town, getting out of Cleveland and seeing a whole new city. Now, ride by when you're a little kid, you think everywhere is boring because you feel like there's nothing to do for you. But then as I got older and started to see some things in Memphis, I've had a good time during my visits in Memphis. Especially when I went there in 2013. I went to the Civil Rights Museum. That was real nice. That was definitely a great experience to see the Lorraine Motel, to stand on the spot where Dr. King was ultimately assassinated. Also, got to peek into his hotel room, how it was the day of his assassination, and everything was just left the same. Nothing has ever changed if you ever go there. Also, definitely got some great food. I love this donut, man. My cousins turned me on to this donut spot called Gibson Donuts. Man, those glazed donuts were so doggone good. I had to stop and get me a couple boxes to take back home. Also, I like Gus's chicken, and that's pretty. And Gus's chicken, I'm gonna tell you about Gus's chicken. Now, this is their selling point, their trademark. They have a hearse right across the street of the restaurant, and that was just so interesting to me when I saw that hearse, because I'd never seen anything like it before. But man, I enjoyed Gus's chicken. I should have got some more Gus's chicken before I came back home. Also, the barbecue is on point there. What was it? A&R barbecue. That's what it was called. Man, that shoulder sandwich was good. So was those ribs. Oh man. Also, my cousins took us on Beale Street. I finally got a chance to kick it there. Definitely like the vibe of Beale Street. So I had a good time. So I've had good times in Memphis when I visited. And no, I'm not saying this. No, I'm not being paid by the Chamber of Commerce in Memphis or any Memphis City officials. This is me, QC, in his own words, and his own words only. And yes, I have been to some big cities too. Before, some of y'all get into the comments saying, "Oh, why you like Memphis? You ain't never been nowhere else." Yes, I've been to other places. Okay, I can enjoy other places that may not be on everybody's tourist list. But yeah, that's my experience in Memphis. Now, everybody who visits cities across the country aren't going to have the same experience. Some people have good experiences, some people have bad experiences, or some are just neutral on a place. But if you like a place, cool. If you don't, fine. But I enjoy, plus I enjoy just spending time with my family down in Memphis. Just us sitting around laughing and talking. You know what? I definitely gotta make a trip down to Memphis soon. Definitely gotta get down there soon, so I can get some more of those Gibson donuts and some more of that Gus's chicken. I see somebody in the comments. What's up, Chris? How you doing? Thanks for joining me. But I know a lot of people are on social media are jumping on, LeBron for his comments, or the people of Memphis or standing up and defending their city. Excuse me. But I mean, that's what makes this whole, we praise this. We saying this, we talking about this country's a melting pot. Well, this country's a melting pot within. And this country has created contributed. Well, every part of this country has contributed to a lot of things that we, love and hold dear to us today. Memphis is definitely one of those cities. Yes, it has its issues with crime, and that definitely needs to be addressed. But I'm one of those, I don't like to just talk about everything that's bad and then not to mention the good things either, because that's disingenuous, and that's also that you trying to flex on somebody to just so you can feel superior to them. And that's not the way to do it, because anybody who got to always flex about where they're from, that makes you look inferior and insecure too. Like, okay, now I'm from Cleveland. Now, Ari Spears last year, dog Cleveland, because he was mad over the fact that they booed him down at the at his comedy show. And recently, he did another post on social media, dogging Cleveland again. And I thought to myself, you're from because he was down. I want to say, was it Atlanta or in the Atlanta area doing the show? I'm like, dude, you down there in Atlanta. What you thinking about Cleveland for? You're from New York. You from New York. Or as you say, but you was born in Chicago, but you from New York. What you thinking about Cleveland for, bruh? That really go like, come on, you supposed to be a known comedian. If you got that much going on, why did a city like Cleveland just affect you that much? But every region of this country has contributed something to America. Okay, whether it's the East Coast, they contributed hip hop, among other things. The West Coast, they've contributed a lot of the entertainment that we love and see, Hollywood, television. Also, the South, they contributed a lot of food, music, history. Not to say the other cities, the other two regions haven't contributed any history, but definitely the South has done that. The Midwest has contributed also history, food, culture. Some of the greatest people, great celebrities that y'all love are from the Midwest. Of course, we know LeBron, also Richard Pryor, as well as excuse me. Ooh, doggone. As well as countless others. Twister, for all my hip-hop heads out there. Bone Thugs and Harmony, from my hometown, Cleveland. Also, Steve Harvey. As well as Halle Berry, Arsenio Hall. Shout out to him. Had to get some Cleveland folks in there. But also, man, a lot of regions has contributed things to this country. Matter of fact, for my card players out there, y'all love spades, right? Guess what? Spades was created here in Ohio. To all my big Uno fans out there, Uno was also created in Ohio, and Uno came from this barber down in Cincinnati who was just trying to create a card game to entertain his family and friends. And he sold it. Bam. Uno has become one of the biggest, most popular games among kids and adults alike. So y'all definitely got to think. So my card players, y'all definitely got to give some thanks to Ohio for creating those games. I ain't mean to go on no Ohio Cleveland tangent, but just had to put that out there. Because I know what it's like to be from a city that gets dogged a lot. Oh, can't forget about my folks in Detroit. Hey, if it wasn't for Motown, we wouldn't have Diana Ross, Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, hell, even the Commodores, Rick and Lionel Richie, Rick James, Boyz II Men, and last but not least, the Jackson 5, which out of that came Michael Jackson, one of the greatest entertainers of all time. And I know all of us are going to flock to that theater in a few weeks to go see the biopic. So if we would just celebrate the things that make us unique instead of dogging the things that make us different, we'd be a lot better off. Chris, of course I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, dude. I'm from Cleveland. I've definitely been to the Rock Hall. Temptations, most definitely one of the most iconic R&B groups ever. I mean, come on, those dudes have been doing that thing for almost 70 years, and they went through multiple group members. I mean, rest in peace to David, Eddie, Paul, Melvin, and also Ali and Richard. You know, Otis is the only original Temptations member that's still around. But hey, no matter the lineup, the Temptations are still going strong and they're still touring. Said, yes, indeed. Nice. Okay. But yeah, we got to start just, I mean, look, I know every place ain't the same. We don't all have the same goals, the same lifestyle. But if we can celebrate what's unique and different instead of worrying about and trying to always demonize what's different, not only this country would be better off, but we would be better off as people. A lot better off as people. Oh, another Midwesterner I forgot that y'all know and love so much. Prince, Minneapolis. Can't forget about him. The Time, Jimmy J. I mean, come on. The whole Minneapolis sound. Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Look what they've done. Look what their Minneapolis sound has done. It's went on to produce a lot of iconic artists, specifically Janet Jackson. Also, they worked with Michael Jackson, New Edition, Johnny Gill, and many other acts. And another thing, and I was joking with somebody, well, I was interacting with someone on Twitter last year about this. Now, a lot of people don't know this. If you like Pop-Tarts, guess what? Guess where Kellogg's, well, which city Kellogg's decided to launch Pop-Tarts when they first came out in the 60s? My hometown, Cleveland. So I was joking with her. I said, if Cleveland would have said Pop-Tarts are trash, then the whole world wouldn't be eating Pop-Tarts, and Kellogg's would have discarded Pop-Tarts a long time ago. Oh, man. But all right, y'all, I'm about to get out of here. I thank y'all for joining me on this late night for this live digital show. And and more than likely, I'll definitely be live tomorrow for an NBA Coast to Coast Tuesday as the Hornets and Celtics get it on in Boston. Man, unbelievable that the NBA season is winding down, is in its last week of the regular season. The playoffs are just around the corner. I'm definitely going to be live for the playoffs, including the NBA Finals. Chris, you take care too, man. Now, if you want to donate, you can donate via Cash App or PayPal. Here's the Cash App, hashtag $ talking and grubbing. And here's the PayPal email address, talkingandgrubbing@gmail.com. Any donation you give to the channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who has supported the channel. Y'all have helped me keep this channel going and growing. So Can't wait to see y'all tomorrow tonight. If you're on the east, if you're in the Eastern Standard Time. But until then, y'all have a good one. Love y'all to life. Salute. Y'all be safe. Enjoy the rest of your night and enjoy your day. I'm out. See y'all tomorrow.